We begin tonight with News Nation's Jorge Ventura, who is live in San Antonio with the very latest on the cartels. Jorge, we are seeing major action. What is the government's strategy?
Yeah, that's right, Natasha. Now the Department of Justice has new targets set on 4 organized crime groups, including the Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua, 2 of Mexico's most powerful organized crime groups in the Sinaloa and Cartel Jalisco New Generation, and lastly, the Salvadorian gang MS-13, what the DOJ is now calling a zero-tolerance strategy. In a new memo sent last week, the DOJ is now calling for total elimination of cartels and transnational criminal organizations. The department plans to fast-track terrorism and racketeering charges, allowing prosecutors to treat cartel members like domestic terrorists. That means harsher sentences, asset seizures, and the ability to go after entire networks, not just individuals. For the most dangerous cartel leaders, the DOJ is pushing capital punishment, including the death penalty. The memo says that cases involving gang violence, human trafficking, and fentanyl distribution can now qualify for the death penalty. And enforcement is expanding. The JTF Vulcan, the federal task force that took down MS-13, is now fully targeting the Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua. Agents are tracking their operations across multiple states and working with international partners to shut them down at the source. And just yesterday, a major buzz Border Patrol agents arrested Salgado Garza. He's a Gulf Cartel hitman in Michigan. He's got a long rap sheet and was caught heavily armed deep in smuggling operations. But cartel incidents hasn't stopped just yet. This week, News Nation obtaining a new shocking video of cartel drones dropping bombs on rival groups just south of the U.S. border. The use of weaponized drones comes after warnings of cartel bombs placed along the southern border. And Natasha, recently I was just on the ground in Fronton, Texas, where suspected cartel members shot at Border Patrol agents. Border Patrol agents did fire back. There were no reported injuries at that time, Natasha.
Yeah, and Jorge, immigration raids and enforcement actions, meanwhile, we know continuing across the country. In fact, agents have a goal to detain upwards of 1,500 undocumented migrants every single day. And we do see the raids in Chicago, in Aurora, Colorado this week. I know you're getting word of another raid. Where will this be? What do we know about it so far, Jorge?
So what was supposed to be one of the biggest ICE targeted operations was almost blown up in a new leaked intel. This is a new issue now that Border Czar Tom Homan says that they are now having to go against. 100 suspected Tren de Aragua gang members were actually targeted in Aurora and in Denver. Dozens of federal agents stormed apartment buildings using battering rams and stun grenades, but gang members got a heads up before that operation was conducted. Trump's Border Czar Tom Homan says that these leaks put his officers in serious danger.
This isn't a game. When the operations get leaked like that, it puts our officers at great risk. It's already a dangerous job. We know TDA is dangerous. Everybody can agree to that. But when they get a heads up we're coming, it's only a matter of time before our officers are ambushed. And their job's dangerous enough.
It's not the first time that a major ICE raid was leaked. Word of an operation in Chicago made headlines just before President Trump was inaugurated. And now a similar leak might have just compromised another raid. The LA Times is now reporting that federal agents with ICE are set to carry out a large-scale enforcement in the Los Angeles area before the end of February. The operation will focus on people who are illegally living in the United States and those who have already a pending order of removal. According to the LA Times, agents with the FBI and Drug Enforcement Agency have been called in. Los Angeles is a sanctuary city, meaning that local law enforcement are barred from assisting federal agents in arresting illegal immigrants. So far, this is at least the 3rd leak of a raid this year alone. So a new issue now for the Trump administration when it comes to carrying out their mass deportation plans, Natasha.
Appreciate you tracking that. News Nation's Jorge Ventura, thank you.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.